everyone, I hope you had a really lovely new year. For today's video I'm going to be talking through my 2014 favourites, and I mentioned on Twitter and in my vlog that I wasn't sure if I was going to do all my favourites in one or go through like a Hall of Fame thing. I am going to do a Hall of Fame but add in a few extra products here and there. Unlike my 2013 favourites, I feel like last year I discovered so many new products. I did like a two-part video. But this year I think I've really figured out what my favourite products are, and I haven't been using as many, so it was quite easy to narrow down my favourite products. So I'm going to go through category by category, like foundation, concealer, bronzer, and talk you through my all-time 2014 favourites. Favourite foundation, I've picked two, a summer one and a winter one. For summer it has to be the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder. This was such an amazing discovery this year. It's so easy to apply with your hands, it looks glowy and fresh on the skin. I used it all summer. Absolutely love this. I think there's going to be a lot of Charlotte Tilbury in this video. For the winter foundation, I'm going to pick Burberry. This is the Fresh Glow foundation and it was in my December favourites video. Beautiful, easy to apply. I use a brush to apply this one. Again, it has that glowy finish. Really good coverage though, and I've been using this a lot. These two, definitely my two favourite foundations of the year. For concealer, it's going to be an obvious one. A lot of these products are going to be obvious because if you guys watch my monthly favourites, it's basically a big collection of that. It has to be the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I've gone through about 5 or 6 of these this year. Seriously, I started with vanilla. I'm now using custard. I'll probably have to go back to vanilla though, now I'm a bit more pale. It's just such an amazing concealer. It never looks cakey at all. It's really easy to apply with a little doe foot applicator, and definitely my all-time favourite concealer. My favourite powder of the year is going to be the MAC Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus. This is one that Anna recommended to me. It's great. I feel like I don't need to use any other kind of powder. It's slightly yellowy. I only really use it on my forehead and down my nose, but it's great for filming. It's just such an easy powder that you can't really see it on the skin when it's on. For bronzer, I think it's an obvious one. It has to be my Soap & Glory Solar Powder Bronzer. I think I've gone through 2 of these. This one is nearly finished. Literally half of it has fallen out. It's such a great bronzer. It's got 2 sides, a matte side and a slightly shimmery side. It's not too dark, it's not too light, it's great for contouring. I absolutely love this, and I actually prefer it to my NARS Laguna, which is quite a shocker. For my favourite blusher, I've picked the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. I have 2 here, and one is Mood Exposure, which looks like this, and the other one is Diffused Heat, which looks like this. And I absolutely love these blushes. They're really easy to apply, they're not too pigmented. They're really glowy. They're kind of like a blusher, highlighter hybrid. I think they come in beautiful packaging and they really add like a nice glow to your cheeks. For highlighter, I'm going to pick the Balm Mary Luminizer. This is such an amazing highlighter. You really only need a tiny amount right to the tops of your cheekbones, and I feel like it really catches the light, and I always get major compliments when I wear this. It has a slight kind of champagne-y gold finish to it. It's really creamy. And yeah, really easy to apply. I think you can even use your fingers for this, but I tend to use a brush. For my favourite contour of the year, it's going to be no surprise to you. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. This is probably my favourite purchase of the year. It's a little set that comes with a contour and a highlight, and I use this pretty much every day. The contour isn't too heavy at all. It's like a nice light brown. The highlight is beautiful. It's very similar to the Mary Luminizer. Both really creamy and yeah, something I use daily. For cream eyeshadows, I chose the By Terry Ombre Black Star. I have Misty Rock and Brown Perfection, and I love these. They come in stick form, so they're really easy to apply and you can blend it out with your finger. Misty Rock is like a pink with silver sparkles in it, and it just catches the light and looks absolutely beautiful on the lid. And Brown Perfection is literally the perfect brown. I could just wear this alone, blend it out, and it's a really easy brown eyeshadow. They're both really long lasting and definitely worth the price tag. For eyeshadow palette, it was too hard to pick just one, so I have 2 here. One that I discovered very early on in the year is from NARS, and it's the NARSissist palette. I just have used this so much this year. It's got so many amazing shades in it, some beautiful plums and purples and pinks and browns. And I think this is probably my favourite palette that NARS have ever done. The eyeshadow sizes are slightly too small, but the quality of them, the finish and the colours are just perfect. The other palette I love is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's her Dolce Vita palette. This is great if you have brown eyes. Actually, I think it's great if you have green eyes too, because there's a lovely kind of reddy brown in there. I love all the shades. The glitter one, you can just press on with your finger and it adds such a beautiful like glitter shimmer to your eye. I find myself using this a lot, and it's very similar to Tom Ford Cognac Sable, but I think I actually prefer this one. For my favourite eye pencil of the year, I have more Charlotte Tilbury products. It's crazy how many are in this video, but her Rock and Coal eyeliners are so beautiful. They're really creamy, so I find them really easy to apply. They don't drag the lid at all. The cream skin coloured one is great for the inside of your eye to brighten and widen your eye. I absolutely love Elizabeth Violet. It's a gorgeous plum. There's a nice navy. The black one is great for the inside of your eye if you find it's quite scratchy to do that. I'm completely obsessed with these eyeliners, and I have 5. For eye pen, it has to be the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen. This is a double-ended liquid eyeliner. I only really use the long side though, this one, and I just find this is the most incredible black liquid liner. It's lasted me a really long time. I know it's super expensive, but it's definitely worth it because especially if you find eyeliner quite hard to apply, I find this one really easy to use. It's really long lasting, and I use this one on a weekly basis. For mascara, I have 2 favourites, a high-end and a drugstore. The first one is from Tarte, and it's their Gifted Mascara. I've spoken about this a lot. The packaging is kind of funky in this wooden packaging, but this just gives such gorgeous, long, feathery lashes. I really, really like it. And for drugstore, I've chosen one from Max Factor. This is their Masterpiece Transform. They both have very different brushes. This one's more of like a fibre brush, and this one's more of a plastic one. But I find that the Max Factor brush really grips the lashes well, and it's a great drugstore mascara that I've really enjoyed discovering this year. For my favourite brow product of the year, again, I have one high-end and one drugstore. For high-end, it's the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is the best discovery of the year. I was using Hourglass at the beginning of the year, but once I tried this, I really went off the Hourglass one. There's a brush on one end and a really thin pencil on the other. It's so soft, you can really draw in the little hairs. And the Soap & Glory Archery one is a great dupe. The only problem is this doesn't come in as many shades, but apart from that, they're pretty much exactly the same. For my favourite lip balm of the year, it's a completely random one. You guys from Germany will love this. I can't even pronounce it, Kauffman Kinder Cream. I think this is originally meant for babies as nappy cream. There's like a big one that's like a nappy cream. But this lip balm has saved my life this year. Every time I get really bad dry lips, I put a bit of this on. It's like a thick white cream, and it completely sorts them out. It's the most amazing lip balm I've tried after my whole like Maybelline incident. I think that was the beginning of the year or last year. This really helped my lips to recover, and I hope I don't run out of this. I think someone sent this to my PO box, so thank you if that was you. I love this, and I'm going to ask my German friend Jay to send me some more. For lip gloss, it's got to be the Tanya Burr lip glosses. I absolutely love these. They come in so many shades. She's just added a load to the range. The applicator is the perfect size. It's creamy, not too sticky. I think every lip gloss has a slight stickiness to it because it has to, otherwise it will just slip off the lips. But it's got a really beautiful formula. I feel like the bright and darker shades actually have good pigmentation to them, unlike some, and they're really affordable. You can get them in Superdrug or Feel Unique, and I'm really impressed with these. For lipstick, it's got to be the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipsticks. This was such a great launch this year, and they're the most long-lasting, easy-to-wear lipsticks, easy-to-apply lipsticks that I've tried this year. The square bullet makes it easy to apply, the matte formula makes it last, and the shade range is really great too. I love Lost Cherry, which is like a bright pinky coral. Red Carpet Red, which is a dark red that I'm wearing now. Sexy Sienna, which is like a light coral. And Love Liberty, which is probably my favourite of them all. It's a beautiful dark berry. For lip pencil, it's got to be the NARS Matte Velvet pencils. And although these have driven me mad at times because they are a little bit drying, they're really long lasting and the shade range is amazing. I really love Red Square and Dragon Girl. They're a little bit annoying because you have to sharpen them, and as I said, they're a little bit drying, but they still win for me. The formula's great and the colour range is really lovely. Now, I wanted to include these next products, but I didn't really know where they'd fit, so I've made a little category called Lip Lacquer, and in here I wanted to include the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvets. I have Pink Pong and Hot Pepper, and these are just beautiful. They go on, they're a bit like a jelly lip lacquer formula. They're light and bouncy, but then they set matte and they last for a really long time. I also just love the shades. The pink is so striking and the red is beautiful, especially during the winter. Really impressed with both of these, especially for the price. My favourite perfume of the year was quite hard to pick, but I think it has to be the Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This launched this year, and as you can see, I've almost used half of it. I use this throughout the whole summer and even towards the winter as well. It's just a beautiful, fresh, seaside, I can't even explain it. It just does smell like the seaside and the countryside. It's so fresh and probably my perfect perfume. Really love this one. My favourite cleanser of the year has to be the Oscar Renaissance Cleansing Gel. I've already got a backup for this because I think this one's nearly finished. That's probably the only downside, is that you can't see inside the packaging. But it's a really great cleanser. It's refreshing in the morning and it's great in the evening too because it takes off all your makeup. It's like a gel that turns into a bit of an oil, and I'm just obsessed with it. Yeah, as I said, I have a backup because I'm so nervous about coming to the end of it. My favourite skincare treatment has to be the Sarah Chapman Intense Hydrating Booster. This is number 1 out of her. I think she's got 4 serums. This one is great if you have dry or dehydrated skin. It really is a hydration booster. You only need a couple of drops. I apply it in the morning and in the evening. I've already gone through one of this and I've repurchased it because I love it so much. And when I don't use it, my skin just feels really dry and tight without it. It's extremely hydrating and a beautiful serum. I talked about this in my December favourites, but for hair, it's got to be the Ojon Cleansing Conditioner. It's a great conditioner that also cleanses and clarifies your hair. It leaves it feeling really clean and fresh, but also nourished and moisturised. It's perfect if you have dry, kind of frizzy hair like mine. Now, I hope you guys are impressed with this. I managed to pick one nail polish favourite of the year. I don't know how I did it, but I kind of just looked at my nail polish collection and said, yeah, that was the one that blew me away this year. And it's by Essie, of course, and it's Maximillian Strauss Her. This is just such a unique shade. It's like a bluey, grey green. And whenever I wear it on my nails, people always compliment me on it. I wore it throughout the whole of summer. I think you can wear it all year round. I kind of want to put it on now actually, just looking at it, but it's a really beautiful shade that I'd definitely recommend. Okay, we've come to the final category, and that is tools, and I've got 2 favourite tools to mention here. One is the wet brush, best discovery of the year. I think I discovered it at the end of 2013, but I can't remember if it made it into my favourites or not. I never liked the Tangle Teaser. I always thought it was a rubbish product, didn't get the hype, and then I tried the wet brush, which is slightly different because it has a handle, it looks more like a normal brush. You wash your hair when it's wet, and this goes through every tangle. Seriously, even without a detangling product, it is incredible, and they now have a travel version too. I also have my Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush, and this is great. I do love the Real Techniques buffing brush, but when I tried this, I was fully converted. It's just such a nice soft, it's got the perfect amount of like density to it. It's great for buffing in foundation. It cleans really well, and I think it was definitely worth the investment. Okay, so those were all my 2014 favourites. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of them and hearing about why I love them so much. Hopefully you found a few kind of treasures in there, but I'd love to know what your favourites are from the year. So if you want to comment down below and let me know like 2 or 3 of your all-time favourites from this year, I'd be really interested in hearing. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.